coronavirus.
It's going to disappear. One day, it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
So this is actually something we've been wanting to talk about with coronavirus since we started the show, about the fact that, everyone thinks it's just like old people and like people who are immunocompromised, but it's actually been like, ultra marathoners and like serious fitness people who are getting the coronavirus and getting knocked down for the count. But I'm going to tell you,
professional fighters.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that, people are still spreading this misinformation that, it's only old people and sick people who can be, messed up by coronavirus. And this crazy video posted, and, I can watch it as a layman. We actually have Dr. Virginius who knows like fitness for real. So, before I start joking on it with my layman's eyes, I just want Dr. Virginius to show if this is how you fight the coronavirus. Let me know if this is the way you fight it. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick. So this is our like famous troll who got banned from Facebook.
I got banned from Facebook too.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday.
Oh man, I mean they banned us. Oh, that's crazy. But remember we were following her and she was saying crazy stuff for a long time until finally after. But this is what she posted. Our favorite lady who likes to like do crazy stuff all the time. So pretty much, let me post this. So pretty much, let me play this clip and get ready for this. So she's showing us pretty much that this is her COVID protection. This is her way to fight the coronavirus. She's gonna fight the coronavirus doing this. So let me know, Dr. Virginia, is just the way you fight the coronavirus. Oops, I might try to make it bigger. Whoa. She picks it up again. Oh, she goes back. So that's her way of fighting the coronavirus. So
all right, so let me unpack this.
Yeah.
Let me unpack this. May not be exactly the answer you expected, but yes, this is one of the ways that are effective in fighting the coronavirus. Why? Because this high intensity interval training that she is engaging in via CrossFit will definitely get the heart rate up, will definitely get your cardiovascular systems working more efficiently. You will be able to, you'd have a better chance at fighting off the virus or its worst symptoms. You'd have a better chance. But here's my problem with this, especially you see these kipping pull-up type things.
And the dude we're going to talk about in the next part, he was doing way more. He was like, he can throw me across the room through a glass window and some fucking rock shit, and like he got knocked down for the count. So
yeah, it's true, but again, that is anecdotal, and that is one person out of a lot of people. So there have been some really physically fit people who have fallen victim, but that's just the horrible luck of the draw. But if you want to give yourself a better chance getting in the gym, socially distanced like this woman is, yeah, actually, that is a good thing. But here's where I got to go in the opposite direction. Those kipping pull-ups, that's a lot of ballistic force in end range motion. And the way that the shoulder is constructed in human beings, it's not meant to have that much force supplied continuously through the planes as she's applying the force.
What is she getting ready to be? To be Tarzan? Like, I don't understand.
She is getting ready to have rotator cuff surgeries on both shoulders. Very painful. Unable to raise her hands, unable to raise her hands above her head. eventually that's where she's headed. And I know that a lot of people who subscribe to CrossFit, they're like, oh my God, oh my God. But there's a reason why fitness professionals stay away from ballistic force and range motions. There's a reason why we stay away from it. So is that something that I would recommend for my clients? I would recommend my clients do that every February 32nd of every year. But I would not recommend that on any other day. No,
Yeah,
I would
'cause,
not
like,
recommend that.
'cause imagine
The
someone-
powerlifting was pretty good though. The overhead press, okay, I give you that. Good work.
Yeah, but I just imagine someone like watches that video and tries to do a TikTok video like that and like fucking ends up in the hospital. You know, it's like, so, you know, that's the kind of influence people like that have. You know, it's just crazy. And like, I just want to show like the next clip, which is like what we talked about. Like, this is a story way back. This is a story like he got the coronavirus in March, and this clips of him doing like crazy Iron Man stuff. So the article pretty much says this is, you can see the before and after when we play the video. This is after recovering from coronavirus. He lost weight, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I want to play this clip real quick just to show where he's at right now. He's gonna load an ad for like a kids thing after. Yay! You're trapped in your house forever.
DC native Ahmad Ayad spends 5 hours a day in the gym trying to rebuild the athletic body he says COVID took from him.
You're talking about the last time I was awake, I was running like 6 miles in the morning. You know, now I'm on a walker.
The 40-year-old felt sick in mid-March and went to the hospital, thinking he had the flu.
You know, at that point, Corona was still new. As me and probably most people, they didn't believe it was real. What's the chances of me getting it? I normally don't get sick.
But the doctors immediately intubated
You could still
him
get it.
and later said he did
But
catch
what
COVID.
happened to him when he got it
Spent
is the
25
anomaly.
days in a coma, on a ventilator. His parents being told he likely wouldn't survive.
I wake up, I got the tube down my throat, I got the oxygen mask, and I don't know what's going on.
Then he looked down at his body.
You're just admiring your body in a way where you're like, what happened to all my muscles? How long have I been here? You know, my beard was long, my hair was long, my nails were long. I started to take pictures because I didn't recognize myself.
He went from this to this in 6 weeks,
Wow.
leaving the hospital at 169 pounds.
Am I ever going to walk again? Am I ever going to run again?
At first, he could only walk a block, but he worked out every day. Go work. And gained 50 pounds in 2 months.
You know, it's life. You know, you can get down and stay down, or you just get up and stay positive.
Good. Excellent.
He says there's an easy way we can protect ourselves and others. Wear a mask. Jess
Oh, and
Arnold.
it even goes to another story about a Nationals player.
On the clock or off.
That
The
guy. I'm gonna
versatile
play that
new
one
soft
next.
finish 11-in-1 multi-driver from
Yeah, but we
Weehaw
don't-
is
we
your
don't need
trusted
the-
companion.
you need
It's
an ad
driven,
block.
engineered,
You don't need a
Like-
construction
Washington
ad.
Nationals player has
Nah,
tested
we need an ad
positive
block,
for
though.
COVID-19. This comes just a day before opening day at Nats Park. General Manager Mike Rizzo says they'll have to make some roster moves for tomorrow's game. Now, if you remember,
this is
Nats player Juan Soto.
What season is this? I don't even know what
last year
this is
after
from.
He had a positive COVID-19 test.
This
Right
is
now,
the
Nats
tonight's
season opener against Mets is still on
season
tomorrow
opener
night.
was canceled,
But
so
what's
this just
also
happened.
frustrating about this is that the Nationals had 0 positive COVID-19 tests all of spring training.
Oh crap! You know, we've done so well in spring training. You know, everybody across the game. You know, we had seen so few positive cases across spring training as a whole. But it just shows you how quickly that can turn.
I just don't understand. I thought, wasn't it like people in the bubble before the season started?
Nah, there's no more bubbles. The teams have been even last year. Last year, the teams were traveling, so there were some games that were postponed, some that were canceled last season, as different players ended up catching the Rona. So yeah, like the bubble that you heard of, the NBA conducted it for the end of the 2019-2020 regular season and the playoffs, the 2020 playoffs. The NBA did that. I believe the NHL also had a bubble as well, but you know,
So-
coming into this season, like the NBA basketball season started a little late. And when I say a little, I mean a lot. And they're in all their own arenas now, except I'm not sure that the Toronto Raptors are playing in Toronto because Canada, at least they're better at faking that they care about their citizens. They're not allowing any of their professional teams to play in their arenas in Canada right now
They don't
because
care about
professional sports is not that important. It's just
$25
not.
hot dogs. You don't want to sell 25.
Oh no! Well,
know?
the thing is, the NBA still has empty arenas.
Oh shit.
But
This season? I thought there were
this season the NBA has empty arenas.
I thought it was staggering attendance. I didn't know.
No, in the NBA they brought in some video boards that cover
weird.
where your eyes normally go to scan the crowd,
Yeah.
and then it would be people sitting, behind their cameras like you and I right now. But there are some MLB teams that have, your Republican types that are like, we're going to open up. In fact, if you can pull up an article, Joe Biden criticized the Texas Rangers organization for having, basically just filling up their entire arena.
There's no staggering. There's no nothing.
No staggering. They said no limits. No, we're just letting everybody in. And we're talking about 50,000, 55,000, seat arenas.
Well, it's in Sport. Oh, serious. It's in Sport Illustrated.
So
Let me sure put this up for you real quick.
yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate.
I mean, it goes when I go back to what we were saying, like, you can be the most super duper athlete in the world. If social distancing and like, the kind of public health stuff is not happening, you can still get that coronavirus and still, like still not work. Not, but these are guys with millions of dollars. So, but at the same time, the audience members, those people who go see the show, the fans, like, how much do you care about your fans to lure them into a full capacity stadium? That's wild to me.
I mean, if a bunch of people get the Rona and then their ICUs are overflowing and more of their doctors get sick, more of their medical professionals end up self-terminating because they've been mentally ground into a fine dust for over a year. Definitely let's put this burden on your medical professionals in Texas because, there are millions of dollars that you can make. So,
so Sport Illustrated pretty much has like the stats on the capacity of the stadiums. Boston and Washington's 12%, about 12.
I think the New York Mets 25%. I think 20 or 25% for the New York Mets.
And they still shut it down, right?
Excuse me?
They still didn't have the game, even though it was. That's because the players got coronavirus.
Oh, because like one player was positive and exposed 4 other employees, and they shut it down.
Yeah. Well, Texas is 100%, boy, 100%.
Yep.
So, which seats about 40,000. You're packing 40,000 people together, over 40,000 people, in one place, breathing on each other. For how long a baseball game is. So, waiting on line for your drinks, for your $20 bottle of water. So, so that's what's happening here. It's the thing. I think everyone's just burnt out and like, there was no.
I gotta ask you this though.
Yeah.
How many of those people flooding the stadiums, socially distanced responsibly, last year? Right, but socially distanced. They sent mail-in ballots during the general election. Right. How many of those people, got vaccinated when they had the opportunity? How many of those people refrained from attacking store employees who were enforcing store policies to properly socially distance and wear a mask? How many of those people running into that stadium did things the safe way over the past year? No, it's going to be a lot of people who would like to storm capitals, both on the state and the federal level,
And
who want to
Baskin-Robbins.
whine and cry about haircuts and their freedoms, right? And then what ends up happening is, if you get a bunch of them that ends up, because we're not even talking about deaths. There are going to be a whole lot of people that history forgot about that got the Rona and then will have never fully recovered.
Yeah, that long.
They may end up becoming maimed.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone's not gonna be like Ahmad, what we showed in the last clip, who's like going back to the gym and hitting it up, going back to 100% again. Like, a lot of people won't be able to do that after getting COVID. He's one of the few people like we see, I guess, who's able to like go back in the gym. He went from, we saw the clip we played. He went from like he couldn't walk a block. He went from running 6 miles a day to couldn't walk around the corner. And now,
But I gotta say the other side of it though, because some people, I know a lot of people out there. You say, well, he was taking care of his body, he was doing the right thing, and he wasn't engaging in fat acceptance, and he still almost died. Oh, that means I don't have to take care of myself. That is not what we're saying. And I'll go.
Someone's gonna think that? You think?
I see it all the time. I see it all the time. An athlete sprains their ankle or skins their knee, and people say, "Oh, that's why I don't take care of my body."
Dr. Genius, I'm going to McDonald's right after this segment, so you know.
Yeah, to probably burn it down. But anyway, you must understand that almost every single person that went into a coma ventilator, almost every single one of them ended up deceased. In his case, he was probably able to wake up because of the equity that he built up that allowed him to survive such an onslaught. So even though he was one of those unlucky few, one of those, 2% of people that get it and it's a real problem, he was in even a much smaller group, someone that took the tube down his throat and was able to live to tell about it. There were even fewer of those.
I guess people, it was really traumatizing the clip, but literally in the clip, they said that the family had to choose whether to take him off the machine. They were like, "Oh,
yep."
They were going to kill him. They were going to
they're going to let him go.
I mean,
they're going to let him go
because
his body. But the thing is, when the intubation happens and you go on the ventilator, for a lot of people, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, that was a signal to the body that, well, I don't have to do my job and breathe because this machine is doing it for me. And it's a cascading sign to the rest of your body that it's time to shut down. It's time to go. It's time to return to the dust from whence we came. Right? In his case, his body was like, nah, son, we got more gains to get. We ain't done here. We ain't done here.
You got to do another lap.
And again, look, I mean, over 70% of the people who have suffered the ultimate bad outcome were overweight or obese. Over 70%.
And that's the stats. And that's why people, please wear your mask. Please use hand sanitizer. Please, whatever way you can to to stay active, because the past year has been difficult.
Hit me up for sessions.
Yeah. So please find a way to stay, So this is Black Power Magic Hour, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And Dr. Regis is on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and Discord. And that's the virus segment.